All right, everybody, welcome back. Hope everybody had a fun-filled, loving, and very food-fulfilling Thanksgiving weekend. Uh, I did as well. Obviously, things got a little caught up and a little busy for me to do a FanDuel video, so at least I'm going to try and make it up with a nice detailed Prize Picks video. So, welcome to another episode of Grade A Picks on Prize Picks. And as you can see here, this is where I'm going with where my picks are now. Obviously, as you can see here, I have a six pick. This is something that I was doing early in the morning. As you can see, I started doing a full research on these picks after I did the Thanksgiving picks. Obviously, that didn't hit. Sam Howell freaking wanted to run sideways when he damn sure could have ran forward. And Dak decided to throw to like the fifth and sixth wide receiver, so I couldn't get that one. So, but with that being said, with the research that I've done and everything here on my picks, Kyron Williams got cleared. So with that, he's gonna be in one of my props. For this week, I know probably what y'all probably saying, like, hey man, you've been hitting the Rashad White and everything. Well, while I was doing these picks this morning when I woke up, Rashad White was downgraded to questionable, and then it became official that he got downgraded to questionable. But after the Saturday walkthrough, he is trending to play. So I definitely want to get bits and pieces of the Tampa Bay game, which is why I got this six pick ticket. But let's just go over what I like first. So right here, obviously I'm doing this on one device, and on another one I'm doing it on the computer. So let's start with the first one that I did. My initial picks, look here. On fantasy, in the fantasy world, Prize Picks is fantasy. So Jonathan Taylor's schedule is producing a ton of chalk. Now, this doesn't have fantasy aspects because can he get there fantasy? Because Jonathan Taylor, yes, he can, because Jonathan Taylor also grabs receptions and he goes to fall in the end zone. Here on Prize Picks, we're just here worried about the rushing prop. This has pretty much stayed steady. I think it opened at 79.5. It is now 80.5 for the past few days. And as far as I know, oh wow, I'm actually doing this on no, it's still here. Okay, just wanted to make sure. So Jonathan Taylor is still at 80.5. I didn't see him at first. So that prop didn't move since it opened. It opened at 79.5 when he went up 1 yard. But the fact that it's so high, can he get there fantasy wise? Yes. But if there's one thing that I've gotten at a high percentage right is judging game script with Tampa Bay. And I think Tampa Bay's defense could at least hold him under to 80.5. So I have Jonathan Taylor for under 80.5 yards. That was definitely one of my grade A picks right there, because when it first started, I was like, okay, that's pretty high. And then they rose it, and they really think like, okay, fantasy wise, can he get there? Can he get goal line touches? Can he get a little 5 yard run into the end zone? Can he get some screen passes? Yes. But here on Prize Picks, I'm here to guide you on. He's still going against a still tough Tampa Bay defense. Now, Tampa Bay is dealing with some injuries, but I think they're still good enough to hold Jonathan Taylor to under 80.5 yards. Fantasy wise, hey, can he get to 60 something, 70 something yards rushing and fall into the end zone twice on goal line looks? Because now he's taken over pretty much the backfield, because now Zach Moss, I think his touches went down ever since he came back after sharing the backfield. And in the last 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, Zach Moss has 7 or 8 carries, and then last week had 2. So I can understand why the prop is so heavy, but I don't understand what's all the craziness with everything. But fantasy-wise, okay, I can understand. But we're here because Jonathan Taylor, the Tampa Bay defense should be able to hold him down to under 80.5. Hey, we might have to sweat this when he gets to 79 or 80. But I think the Tampa Bay defense could definitely do this. Another pick, we're going to stick with that game with his teammate, Michael Pittman Jr. Michael Pittman Jr., this opened when I initially took my notes during the week, because there was more and more props after the Thanksgiving game started to go by. and he actually opened up at 69.5. This only went up 1 yard, so I love Michael Pittman against the pass funnel Tampa Bay. You know how I love attacking that pass funnel. So 70.5 for Michael Pittman. Why do I like it? Because not only is Michael Pittman their main top guy, but the volume that Minshew throws to him. Minshew loves getting him the ball. When Minshew's extending the play before Minshew runs, he likes to look for Pittman downfield. So Pittman may not get all this downfield, but he will definitely get this with his targets and the chunks of yardage that he does get. A 9, a 12, a 15. He might get the deep 20, 25. But the volume that Mike Pittman gets, getting 6, 7, 8 receptions a game, Michael Pittman is definitely looking like a solid pick. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Pittman here, if I type his name in, yeah, they have him at 6 receptions. And I'll do it on this screen just to show y'all. So we'll go to the board and we'll get to the NFL and we'll go to Pittman here. And not to mention, he gets multiple targets. So with 6 receptions, the volume is just there, like 8, 8, 8. Yeah, that one time too. Everybody can't do it every game. Then he gets 9. So the volume is there for Pittman to get this yardage prop in. So that's why I definitely like that. My next pick from the original card, what I call what also is a grade A pick for me, is I love Thielen against Tennessee. We're gonna attack another pass funnel. Hey, we understand how great C.J. Stroud is now. Carolina's rookie is not doing as well, but he's targeting Thielen just how Minshew targets Pittman, and Thielen's prop did not move. Well, it did move, but it only moved once. He opened at 64.5, and I think Thielen could definitely get the volume underneath and catch a couple of deep passes. Thielen is definitely the main guy. For Bryce Young. So Thielen is another prop that I like at 67.5. Let's get that out of there. And let me see the other. So my main 3 props, without a doubt, my main grade A props. If you just want to do 3. That's something that I'm sweating right now. Skinner pushed, so Kyle Burrows and Fabian Zetterlund, I'm waiting to see what they're doing. Now, if you're with the fantasy community and you believe the hype and you think he's going to get this, then by all means, take off the Jonathan Taylor prop and go with Kyren Williams. Kyren Williams is the workhorse. They can't wait to have him back. They're ready to give him a full workload. And against a bad defense, like I said, Arizona, I like how they fight. They're spunky, but Kyren Williams, with the low that he gets 57.5. 57.5 for Kyren Williams to me is way too low. So I think we should be able to definitely attack that. Did that move? Okay, so as you can see, I got it at 57.5. They raised it up to 59.5. So pretty much now you need 60. Kyren Williams should definitely get that. And by the way, for those who don't remember, earlier in the season, I think it's safe to say that Kyren Williams can get that prop. You know why? Because he did play Arizona earlier in the season, and I think he ended up with 150 something yards earlier in the season when they finally got rid of Cam Akers. What was his game log? 20 carries for 158 and 1 TD. So if he does half that, guess what? He still breaks the prop. So Kyren Williams is my grade A once he got cleared. So once again, if you want to tail those props, and if you're biting into the whole, Jonathan Taylor's going to do his thing or whatever. Like I said, fantasy-wise is one thing because he can get it passing and receiving. But I like Jonathan Taylor to get under the rush prop. He can still have a good day. He could just still fail under his rush prop. He can still get 2 goal line touchdowns, 4 yards, 2 yards, 5 yards. I just don't think the Buccaneers are going to allow Jonathan Taylor to get 81 yards. That's just me. Fantasy-wise, he could probably get there with 60 to 70, 75 yards, a touchdown, maybe even 2 rushing touchdowns, and do what he typically does this season now that the backfield is his, 4 to 5 catches, and get anywhere from 25 to 40 something yards. Like I said, fantasy wise, he looks like a great play. It seems all around the industry, but rushing wise, nah, I don't think he gets there. So if you're asking me, I believe he's getting under the rushing yards. If you don't want to tail that, and you feel he's going to go over the rushing yards, then hey, you have all the right in the world to pick over. If you just want to stay away from it, X out the Jonathan Taylor pick, and my 3 graded props are Kyron Williams over 57.5, Adam Thielen 67.5, and Michael Pittman 70.5. Since they stayed steady, I think the Michael Pittman and the Thielen prop will stay, because Thielen only went up once. Kyron Williams, once he got cleared, he opened up at 57.5, and they already moved it to 59, so now you need 60. When it comes to this card, I was confident in those other picks that I have here. Cooper Kupp is totally clear. He doesn't even have a designation. And against Arizona, I think 67.5 is way too low for Cooper Kupp. I think we should definitely attack that. We should definitely attack the Cooper Kupp prop for being too low. And I think we should actually hold on, let me just get some information up here while I'm doing this. So earlier in the season, 7 for 148. If he does half that, he still breaks the prop. So a healthy Kupp. Like I said, Arizona defense, a spunky defense. They're gonna try hard, but like I said, Kupp is gonna get this on deep routes. He's gonna get this on mid routes. He's gonna get this on short slants. Runs after the catch is what Kupp is so great at. So 67.5 is way too low for Cooper Kupp. And then of course we're gonna attack Indianapolis, who's had a track record of giving up a lot of yardage even at home. So Chris Godwin is what I like at 51.5, and that is my big money play for this weekend. Hopefully that hits. Now, for the let me see. Yeah, I did talk about 7 for 148 for Cooper Kupp. As you can see, I duped these props. Let's see what some of these guys are at now. I know I'm doing this on another computer as well, but I already showed you Thielen, Taylor, Kyron Williams went up. Let's see. Let's go to NFL. And what is Kupp up to now? Did he move? Nope, he's still at 6. Wait, whoa. No, okay, so 67.5 for Kupp. And did Godwin move? Nope, they still got him at 51.5. I know Evans moved. I think Evans raised up a little bit. Nope, he's still at 63. Okay. The reason why I was curious, because when I was putting in one of those props earlier, they actually took those guys off the board temporarily. So, but they just took them off. Maybe so many people pounding that prop. Maybe they took those off and made people pick another prop, whatever their card was going to be. Now, other options that you can have. What's my favorite other option? You can go Travis Etienne, rush over the rush yards, 66.5 against the run for them. Now, Houston has improved their run defense, but the volume that Travis Etienne gets is definitely worth a pick. That pick opened up at 63.5, so it went up by 3. And if anything, yes, you can take, in that same Tampa Bay game, we'll still attack it, the slot weakness of the Buccaneers. Forget the fact that they're a pass funnel. They're the weakest against the slot. So who do we go to? We're going to go to Joshua Downs. If you don't know, Josh Downs probably has one of those props where it's probably a juicy prop to take. Why? Once again, if you're not tailing these picks like how I am, then like I said, right, wrong, whatever the case is. But if there's anything you want to take in assurance, is that Minshew will get to Joshua Downs, and guess what? He's going against a team that is the worst and has given up the most fantasy points to the slot. I remember saying this a while ago in one prop, and Noah Brown torched them a little while ago. And Noah Brown scored that deep ball. I think when he went for like 7 for 150 something, he did that out the slot. Not saying Joshua Downs is going to get the deep ball like that, but Joshua Downs in the slot, he's the clear number 2. Joshua Downs, 47.5. Why is it even extra juicier? I have no idea why, but maybe Prize Pick doesn't know what I know, but the Buccaneers are the weakest in the slot. Joshua Downs opened up at 51 flat, not even 51 with a hook. He opened at 51 flat, and they dropped this to 47.5. So if there's another pick you would like, I would definitely take the Joshua Downs. Like I said, I think taking anything against the Tampa Bay secondary will be good. And then, of course, our boy who just got cleared. It passed through about a few hours ago when I was finishing up. Oh, wow. They took off everything. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. So, Rashad White earlier in the week. Okay. So, since it's not here no more, I will present to you everything what happened during the week. So, the opening numbers for Rashad White. Rashad opened up, okay? So Rashad opened up at 29.5 receiving yards, 52.5 rush yards, and a total of 86.5 rush and receiving combined. The only thing that changed for him was receiving yards at 30.5. It stayed at 52.5 this morning. And while I was doing the research, that's when the whole him coming up questionable popped up. So it is what it is. But he stayed. They took off the wide receivers, but they kept him. Now they got Rashad White here with only 13.5 rush attempts. So, if you're watching this video, just know that those props are going to come back because he got cleared. The question is, what are they going to bring those props back to? Are they going to drop them? Are they going to raise them? Once again, 29.5 receiving yards went up to 30.5. 52.5 rush yards. Okay, I'll be truthful about that one, but this was days ago, and this was actually before Thanksgiving. This is Saturday. 52.5 rush yards went up from 49.5 rush yards. So obviously when you combine that, the 86.5 is probably up to like 88.5 rush and receiving combined. So definitely keep an eye on that. The news just broke. He will play. He is cleared. We don't know how limited he is, but the news is that he will play. Q tag or not, if you see it on the fantasy website, if you see it on the injury report, the last injury report was around 7 foot. It was close to 8 o'clock. Is that he will play. Rashad White will play. So just be on the lookout for when those regenerate in the middle of the night, tomorrow morning. Be aware of what those numbers are. Once again, just to help you guys out, receiving opened at 29.5, went up to 30.5. 52.5 rushing yards. Start went up from 49.5 rushing yards. And then if you're interested, 86.5 rush receiving is now up to about 80. The last time I saw it was up to 88.5. But once again, other than that, this is what I'll be going in with this weekend. This is my big money one. And my grade A picks, I mean, I love my Jonathan Taylor one. But for you guys, you know, like I said, Jonathan Taylor's getting all the hype. I'm just saying there's a big difference between getting a specific prop and fantasy output. He could get to fantasy receiving. But I have 4 grade A props here, and they're right there. They're absolutely right there. And luckily, I got everything just about where they're at. Michael Pittman went up a yard. Adam Thielen went up 3 yards. When I started my research Tuesday, he was one of those guys that were up there, and then they put up more props as the Thanksgiving Day players started playing and then came off the board. Like I said, Jonathan Taylor started at 79.5 and then went up 80.5. So I got no problem taking that under because he needs 81 rushing against that Tampa Bay defense. And then Kyron Williams is just going to get the work. And even in limited work against Arizona, Kyron Williams is going to get 57. I'm highly confident in these picks this week. So once again, if you're not comfortable with the Jonathan Taylor, take the Kyron, Adam, and the Michael Pittman. And then for the big money, we're going against, like I said, we're attacking the weak defenses. Kyron Williams had 157. Cooper Kupp had 147 last time Arizona played. Chris Godwin gets the volume in the slot. Jonathan Taylor gets the tough run defense. Thielen Bryce Young's top target, Michael Pittman, going against the pass funnel. Good luck this weekend. This is Grade A Fantasy. Signing off.